way to go. It's way up.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Serve It Up podcast. Today, I didn't serve up anything. I've been busy. I've been lazy, so I went and picked up some donuts. But we got a gentleman over here to my left. Him and his lovely wife, Mr. Kenneth Marshall, and his wife, Kamika.
Yeah,
I got it right. I'm horrible with names.
Good job.
Kamika, we got him in. He gonna be what? Let the people know what you got here.
Well, you know, I'm Ken. Ken's Famous Waffles. That's my company. Outside of also being an author. So we got the best waffles you ever had. Our moniker is that they're so delicious, you don't even need syrup. So why don't you pass those down and let everybody get a little hit right there. We also got my syrup. I got catfish. I do chicken. I make catfish and waffle plates, chicken and waffle plates. So
Hey, I thought this was honey. So
I thought it was honey
syrup.
too.
It's sweet like honey.
You
But it's
said
better.
you make catfish. Do you use real catfish or do you use cod?
I use
Okay.
real cat. Well, hey, that's what Costco got on the bag. Now, you know, it tastes like catfish.
I'm gonna
You know
try
what I'm saying?
without the.
Try without the syrup. Try without the syrup.
It's good without the syrup.
I'll break a piece.
Yeah, just right there.
Everybody these
Get you-
days talking about they cook catfish and it's not really catfish. I went out
Yeah, I
the
know.
other day and I thought that I was gonna get me some good. You know when you're at the right spot, the right time.
Yes.
And then the catfish was
It's all good,
fake.
bro.
I was so
I
mad.
really would, but I'm
Ladies,
Disappointing.
y'all
That's
trying to
messed
waffle.
up.
Yeah, please have a sample.
Yeah,
Tell
No,
me
I
what
ain't
you
gonna
think.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. It tastes good without the syrup.
What you got going on in your mouth right there? What you tasting?
I'm tasting a little bit of cinnamon and not too much.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely some vanilla. Maybe a pinch of nutmeg. I could be wrong.
Well,
Amongst other things.
it's like a circus in your mouth going on right there.
Yeah.
Good.
What you think about it?
Yeah. A powder head just hit the powder in my mouth.
They fluffy.
Yes.
They not heavy.
Try a little bit.
No, they not
Just
heavy.
a little bit. Give it a little
All right.
squeeze. That's my signature syrup,
You
man.
know
I
how
make my own syrup, so give it a little squeeze.
Support black business, man.
There you go.
Right.
yeah.
Give it a little squeeze right there. There you go. Don't get too messy,
Gotta
man.
be
But
clean the whole day. I don't want to get too messy, too sweaty.
Because that shirt clean though.
Thank you.
I like your shirt.
I like it, Shane.
what you think about it?
I like that syrup a lot. I'm gonna have to spend some money with you for sure.
Okay, I got something for you, man. That's $5 for that, and then my catfish season I also sell that in 2 cups for $5, and then 4 cups for $10. So, well, it's pretty good stuff, man. I'm out of Prosper, Texas. That's where I do my business, man. But
Okay.
I'm gonna be going between there and Chicago, trying to make some connections and stuff.
No, you doing. I salute it too. It's definitely not easy doing any type of business. You
Word.
gotta, and especially in Texas, you gotta have your I's dotted and your T's crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Always, because they coming
amongst
for
all
you.
things. But yeah, we gonna get into your
Okay.
books and stuff in a minute. But I'm gonna introduce everybody else. We got Nene right here from the hometown, Natchez, Mississippi. Respect. It's been hard to try to get people from Natchez out here, man. They don't be trying to do it. We got the Mother Alien V over there. She has talent agency / you do everything, man. You tell
I'm
them.
I'm a marketing, so I do branding. I specialize in branding. So if you do need a place to go, you can always come to my agency. I'll help you build your brand. If you want to just build your brand or rebrand, because some people already have their brands, some people don't know where to go, you can come to me and I'll help you find your way to the mothership.
Okay.
Greetings.
And
I
of
like
course,
that.
we got the lovely Miss Jamie Marie over here. She also like a co-host, but I don't really like to have co-host. But she's like a honorary co-host.
Thank you.
How things been going for you? What you been doing? What you got coming up? I know you got a show coming up, right, in Atlanta?
Yes, I have a
Yeah.
excuse me. I have a show in Atlanta, and I'm getting back into acting, more photo shoots, just
Okay.
and then inspiring people to chase after their dreams is what I do. I don't just care about myself. Try to help people get on their feet. Like if I can do it, you can too. What I can do to help you push.
So you ever thought about writing? Oh, my bad. Before I get into that. The reason why we even have a podcast this early, because it's early. When y'all see this, ain't no telling when I'm going to drop, but it's real early. We got my cousin, my brother, Polo Rail. It's his birthday.
Cuz.
Happy birthday,
Turn
my
up,
guy.
cuz.
Yeah, Yeah, man, he got the Versace on. Got. Oh man, he drippy over
You
there.
doing me like this.
Hey, he trying to shake back though, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This not a podcast where we lie. He's shaking back from yesterday. A lot of Casamigos amongst other things.
Yeah.
No sugar, just straight shots though, right?
Straight shots.
Straight shots, bro.
That's a man thing. I
So-
need some sugar.
Sugar?
I need something to chase. Listen, when I was in college, I thought that I was a big girl, and then I became a big girl and realized how much I couldn't handle the liquor. I switched from clear to brown, and then no, we need some sugar. We can't be just.
And that's why
drinking on
y'all
the
feel
rocks.
horrible the next day.
And that's what y'all for, to take care of us.
No. You supposed to be taking care of me. I didn't go to school for nursing, but I actually did go to school for nursing, but I never finished because I didn't want to see people die the rest of my life. But I commend the people who could do it.
Hey,
But-
that's fair.
I think nurses are born, man. They're not made. You got to have a certain type of mindset to be able to take care of people. You know what I mean? It's kind of like point guards. You can't have a true point guard taught. They're kind of like made.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
feel the
So-
same way
Mhm.
about teachers?
Kind of, yeah, because it takes a little bit of a nurturing mentality. There's a lot of people who are just more naturally more self-centered or more about their own business,
Mhm.
and to extend that hand of help and being like hospice and all that type of stuff. I just think you got to have a real nature, an innate ability to do that. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, I think a lot of people these days doing it out of convenience, though.
And
Or
pay.
money.
And pay.
Yeah.
For money.
Yeah, I mean, it's like customer service. It's just piss poor now. You know what I mean? So
I'm not gonna lie. Another reason they do it is the power trip. I've seen it in the school systems. They just like to demand the kids. They not teaching them nothing.
mhm.
They just like to whatever they can't do with their kids or whatever. And then same thing for nurses. They taking care of somebody because nurses aren't just females. You know,
Right.
it's
Right.
males too. So to have that type of power over somebody's life, so the intent is definitely born because those are jobs that are a part of people's purpose
Right.
more than
And
a part
personality.
of people check because you get paid more for being a nurse, but you go through that RN phase.
Or-
Yeah.
I
You know,
agree.
that's kind of cheap, and teachers don't get paid nothing.
Nah, and they
So-
got one of the most important jobs. I seen a viral clip. This boy was like talking down to his teacher. He's like, "You not teaching us. You just sitting at the desk and just showing us slides, and we
Oh,
supposed to
yeah, yeah.
learn." And yeah,
Mhm.
the white kid, he was like,
Mhm.
but I agree with him, like, cause I know a lot of people that was like, "I'm going to school to be a social worker," and now all of them teachers.
Right.
It's like, did you really want to be a teacher,
Exactly. But
or is it just convenient because you got all these credits and you
Mhm.
gotta, what is it, the general degrees that you get? What they call it? Or
Mhm.
something? Like
I know what you mean.
from
Yeah.
general
Yeah.
studies or whatever they
Yeah.
call it. I
Mhm.
don't know. I'm a little
They
faded.
didn't get
But-
they didn't get a concentration. They
Yeah.
just went ahead and went through school and got a degree.
But
a
even
general
if,
degree.
yeah, general. But even
General
with that,
degree, yeah.
even with that, how many people are actually in their field that they went to school for? You know, you got people who, like you said, you're graduating from this particular school with this engineer or this, and then you go out into the workforce, find out that it's not any
You can't
positions
find a
available.
job.
Can't find a job, so you take one that just requires a degree.
Or you figure out that you did that in college because somebody told you
and it
to
wasn't
do
your passion.
that, and that's the way to make money. So then you get out in the field and realize that that's not your purpose. That's why schools right now are going more towards trade schools and more things like that because they need to teach these kids what they need to know and where they want to go.
Absolutely.
Most kids don't even want to go to college anymore. They want to be real estate agents or they
Yep.
want to be something that construction or something
An
that they seen their-
influencer.
yeah, or I mean, and ain't nothing wrong with
Right.
that because now it is a business. And if you would have told
Absolutely.
me that 5-7 years ago,
Mhm.
before all of these monetization rules were in, then being an influencer is completely liberal.
Right.
And I agree, but also you know that everybody is not everybody, but there are a lot of people who are attempting to be influencers. Not everyone is going to be able to have that power, that earning power. It's kind of like a bunch of kids playing basketball with the aspirations of being in the
The
NBA.
market is oversaturated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you say that I'm just want to be an influencer and that's what I'm gonna concentrate all my energy on, but I don't have a backup plan, that may be, kind of not the smartest
Well,
way.
to be fair though, I think it's very unfair. Like, just think about like when you was about to get ready to graduate and stuff, and your parents and stuff looking at you like, you better figure this shit out.
Yeah.
right.
But you asking an 18-year-old, the same person you would say, you a child, you don't know nothing, but you want them to know what they want to do for the rest of their life. Like,
And that's why
Immediately.
mentorship is so important. Like teachers, they have that job. Mentors, like even if you're not in any position to mentor, the person who you touch, make sure you make that positive impact.
Yeah.
Because a mentor is not something that you choose to do. It's about who looks up to you. And you're a role model just by who looks up to you. So you can either be a good mentor or a bad mentor.
Mhm.
Because
Speaking of mentorship,
that's what
though,
matters.
I mean, pivot, real mentorship. Like, do you see yourself like to your child, right? Do you see yourself as a mentor? Like, do you like move in a way where it could be respected? They know this is how a man's supposed to move.
Man, at this point, like I just started though. Like as I got older,
Yeah, me too.
as I got older, because when I was younger, I was still doing young and dumb shit.
Yeah, we still do dumb stuff from time to time, but you don't be intentional.
I mean, but that's living. I mean, how do you know it's dumb until you try it on some things? Some things are very clear that you shouldn't tempt, right? But let's say experience is the best teacher, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, now you come from my dad. My dad worked 3 jobs. He's old school, man. He passed away.
Yeah.
But anyway, he
R.I.P.
worked 3 jobs, and my mom stayed home with all 6 of us. But not only did I didn't get a chance to just really impact me as far as his example. What I missed as a kid, me being the youngest of 6, was his teaching.
Mhm.
And so with my kids, I always made sure that I talked and taught them.
Yeah, see, I lost my daddy at 5.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Wow.
yeah.
So,
Sorry.
I can't even remember his voice.
Word,
That
okay.
shit, yeah, it bothered me. Like, I be
Yeah.
like, man, like,
And then you have somebody who can, when you talk about mentorship, there's certain kids who are going to pick up just your example. You don't have to say a word to them. Usually those are more self-starter kids.
yeah.
And then you go have those kids that were like me. I was a hard head, but if you could have told me the why and the reason that I am supposed to do what you are advising me to do, it would have
Yeah,
impacted
because
me.
we come from do what I say just because I say do it. I know better.
And nobody tells you.
Nobody
And that's
explain.
those teachers these days.
There
They're
you
not
go.
telling them, they're not instilling anything into them. They're really not. They're just saying, sit down. Like,
But to be fair, a lot of these kids is out of hand, man.
but then don't be a teacher.
The parents
Well,
need
I
to do
was a-
something too,
I
though.
was a teacher, and like she said, you have some of them that say sit down and they not doing their job. Like I went on my way. I treat them like they was my babies. It's
Mhm.
not just we're gonna learn. Okay, you see that he's not acting well in school. Let me see what's going on with him so I can help him. There's something going on at home. There's roots that we need to unravel and fix. And everybody's ignored that. Then they grow up with all these issues, and then they feel neglected, and then it's more to the story. Fix
and
it
in
now.
turn, that kind of like lead into like people having problem in just any type of relationship in life because you're not really taught how to be social in a positive, healthy way type stuff. So
Or a team player. A lot of people are selfish. You don't get a chance to really take those steps to collaborate. As a teacher, you got to collaborate with the parents.
Mhm.
Sometimes the parents don't want to even be involved. I send them there. You supposed to teach them. You supposed to. But a lot of the learning
Yes, I
starts at
deal with
home.
that a lot.
A lot of the good practices and good habits starts at home, right? But if you don't have that support system at home,
yeah.
but I'm just sending you there to deal with my kids that I haven't put anything inside besides do what you want to do, and there's no consequences, you're powerless because the school system is not going to allow you to discipline the kids, right?
They went to positive like reinforcement instead of the punitive. So there's no more ISS. It's now reset where they have corners, calming corners and tinker toys. It's not sit in here, don't like what you do. I understand that some stuff don't need to be super punitive, but at this point you're just enabling.
But you know what? Well, just one last point on this. My sister, she's a substitute teacher in Prosper ISD. Her biggest complaint is that there is now people want kids to all be grouped. You may have autistic kids that have an issue, but the parents or whoever said, "Well, I don't want my kid to be isolated.
Isolated, yeah.
Put him in here with the regular kids." But little Johnny is on the ground rolling around, licking everybody's ankles. You know what I'm saying? And now I can't do my lesson in curriculum because I got to deal
stepping
with
on my
Johnny.
shoes.
And that
You-
defines the school. So there's some schools that assign teachers and things like that to them. and they enable that type behavior. They bribe them with candy, things like that. And there's some schools that actually do actual rehabilitation.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to say something spicy.
What's that?
Because
They're playing.
because
I'm on the waffles. They playing.
may I say something? Because
Please.
you have to teach these kids in any generation what it's like to carry themselves as a king or queen. Because when I have to appear in front of certain people, sometimes I still appear like this because I'm in a position of power. And I try to tell them that no matter how you look, whatever you do, no matter how you keep my hair is black right now, but I'll wear it in color because these kids know influencers. So if they know influencers and you're over here spanking them for being who they are, because they have to learn skills to be an influencer these days. Not like they have to learn how to video edit. They have to learn how to project manage. They have to learn how to brainstorm. They have to learn how to create. They have to learn how to collaborate. Because to be an influencer, even to be in this room, I had to collaborate with a host. This is not my show. Co-host. I had to collaborate with guests, with a producer. I have to understand how to edit if I don't have a producer.
Well, see, that go into the social skills thing. People don't know how to network, and that's the big part of networking is being sociable. It's weird for me not being from here to just go to an event where I don't know nobody, but I go to the event. I might buy this person a drink. Oh, he look important. Let me buy him a drink. Oh, he smoke. Hey, you want to smoke? Whatever. And you networking. These kids just really don't have that these days. They don't have the social skills because we got social media. Mm-hmm. They could type anything. Like, you know, the people on the internet where we from. We know that's not them. Right. But they could be anybody on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Social media people.
Yeah. And then you see them in public and they awkward.
They're recluse. They're introverts.
But what about the opposite? Because maybe me and Jamie can speak as people who are models. People look at my page and not know what I can do for them. And I keep it like that. They'll say, oh, she too sexy. Are you going to do something where somebody's got their clothes off or this? And I can change your life. Not only that, but I got my degree in psychology and corporate communications and my master's in marketing. And I've only made a positive impact, and I've taken people from $0 to 6 figures.
Well, take me to 7 figures, man. I need.
Okay,
we gonna talk out there.
Take me.
I only got one. I only got one. Now I've taken the 7 figures, so I can't claim that just yet.
No doubt.
Well, let me pivot, Nina. You ain't just saying much, so because I want to kind of pivot into your book.
Yes,
and I definitely haven't had a chance to read them. I'm gonna check them out.
No doubt.
But okay, I'm not gonna put you in the house.
Okay. Yeah, she starts squirming in the seat over there.
Nah, I be doing the same thing. It's just natural because it's spin. Okay. What you think like the biggest connect in like romantic relationship these days? Because a lot of people want to blame and point fingers. What do you think it is? Like, just in your opinion.
Like, what you mean?
Like, okay, people like, relationships ain't the same, marriage ain't the same, this ain't the same. What do you think make it to where it's not what? I don't know what year or what level of expectations people hold today's standard to, but like, what do you think the disconnect? Why you think
social media?
You think it's solely social media?
I think it mostly is like communication, really, because like this generation now is like way different to me.
You think it's hard for people to communicate because they stuck in their ways?
Right, because people so set on like, oh, it's other options out there. They don't really want to make it work where it's at. So it's like, oh, fuck that bitch. So you know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, they think it's better. I'm gonna tell y'all, it's not a lot of the times. It's like, I definitely, like in my life, I look back and be like, damn, I was too hard on her. Damn, I was, this or that. I was like, damn, they turned out good. It ain't like you like, I should, but it's an assessment, like looking at the past. Like, so going into that, like, we got a couple right here, married, right?
No. I wanted to make sure we correct. I didn't want to say it.
Said wife. I was like,
yeah,
whoa.
Don't put me there yet. No, we're good friends. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
We were in a relationship before. To be full disclosure. We've came back and now we're working. We had a podcast before called Please Be Honest.
I have a book too called Society's Labels Unfairly Targeting Women.
If you
we
get
want
that
to talk
acronym,
about
it's
that.
called Slut.
I heard the passion in that shit. We need to talk about this before we leave.
Unfairly Targeting Women. So that's the acronym for Slut Society. So Great book.
You got the slut shirt? I want a slut shirt.
I got a slut shirt.
Yeah, so
I got a cousin. I call him the slut master.
Oh,
We're not gonna get into that.
okay.
But
okay.
But I definitely want to get on that because I heard the
Travis
passion in
said,
your voice. I definitely want to get on that right now.
But no, man. I'm in answering your question, man. I honestly believe what's really impacting relationship now is the empowerment of both parties, and that's the women in the workforce. And so now women are empowered to make their own money, make their own decisions. And if you look back when Big Mama had to be with Dad because Dad worked the 3 jobs, like I was telling you, now Big Mom didn't really have any options outside of staying. What did What's Love got to do with it? What did Tina's mom do when she tried to leave Ike?
Told her to stay.
Get your butt back home, right? Because that was where in those old days, the thing was, it was almost looked as an embarrassment to not be able to keep your husband. Now,
no shame.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things. No shame at all.
Exactly. So now you got a situation where now you're empowered. She's empowered. I ain't got to put up with your shit.
But you should though. That's the thing. Because none of this shit is easy. None of it come easy.
Mm-hmm.
We can't just say, "Hey, I'm like that. That's how I am."
See her face? She got something to say about that.
Oh, what you got to say?
She like, what?
We
Put
have-
up with your shit.
Nothing. I'm gonna let you cook.
No, I ain't cooking. I'm cooking. That was just a rebuttal. What you think? What you think? You could.
I would boil.
I don't think nobody should be entitled to sit around and just, take a lot of shit from somebody just because.
No, I'm not saying that they. What we saying is that people are so easy to give up. It's a mixture of people being so quick to give up and people being stubborn. So like I've met a lot of women and I try to help them through the trauma type shit, and then it's like certain outbursts at the most unnecessary times is just not productive for me, what I got going on and us. So it's like when they hit me with the, I'm sorry, I'm just like this because of this. And then I'm like, well, what are you doing to correct it? And they go to therapy. No, nobody want to, they feel like, oh, I don't need therapy. I could diagnose myself and cure myself. I could watch a couple YouTube videos and I'm healed.
Right.
And that's not how it works. So I'm not saying people supposed to put up with it, but what I'm saying is if both parties have an open mind and know I have to change, relationships is about compromising, then it ain't just like you just sitting around. Now, if the person you with, the wheels is not moving, you try to help to get the wheels moving, then you give them a chance and do what you want to do.
Right. I feel like people supposed to be friends before they get in relationships first anyway, because it's important to have conversations about all that goes on before you get in a relationship with somebody anyways, because you got to know their standards, their boundaries, and all that before you get into all that. So
But see, that's another fork in the road, because it's like I've been on a lot of first dates, and it's like we're at the first day having a good time, everything good, and then the chick is just like, so could you see yourself being with me long term? And it's just like, I feel disrespected when they say that. But I'm sure they'll feel disrespectful if I rebuttal and say, hey, could you see yourself having sex with me in a couple of hours? Because
you asking an honest answer though.
But you asking me about something long term, because what I never liked is like I could be a good guy, I could have a job, take care of my daughter, don't have no baby mama drama, make money for myself, try to get more, try to build, trying to actually pour into people, speak God into people, all of that. And I could tell her that sitting across the table, and it's just like, yeah, well, nigga, you got to prove that. So it's like I got to show you the type of husband or boyfriend I'm going to be before we get to that point most time these days. You, on the other hand, if you say, I'm a queen, I do this, I'm independent, whatever, you want that instant validation. And I'm like, what validates you more than me? And that goes to getting to know people and actually being friends with people, because a lot of girls think, oh, he had sex with me and then he just is like, fuck me. And it's like, no, I had sex with you, found out you was a weirdo and got the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, it ain't always I just wanted to hit and move. Sometimes it could be a revelation that came. Like you said, you found out it was, but I mean.
The SpongeBob socks, like, come on, man.
But you gotta be the type of man or the type of woman to get the type of man or woman that you want. So if you want a woman, like as a man, and I'm speaking from a woman's perspective, even though I'm talking like a man.
It's okay.
Understood.
If you're a man and you say, I want a submissive woman who she can have like a little regular job. I'm not worried about that, but I just don't want the attitude and drama. But you're neglecting her, or you're not there for her emotionally, or you're just thinking from a man. So now she wants certain things. So she could be insecure because you're not pouring into her security, right? Or abundance, or a positive mindset. Or she could not be that mature to stay, and she could buck up and yell, or she could go cheat. And it goes the same for the flip too. As a woman, we need to carry ourselves a certain way to get a man. And that might be taboo, but to be honest, I don't want a man that want to put me out here for all these men anyways. And that's okay with me turning around and showing my, everything, even though I wear booty shorts. I like a little cheek. Like I do. I like a little something hanging out. That's just like a little bit of my appeal.
Even while out in public and places with your man?
Yes, but he knows that about me before he comes in. So I'm not changing the way that I dress because I already don't dress out there. Don't put me in the same category just because I like a little cheek that I turn around and shake it.
Would you still wear that if your man had a issue with it?
He probably wouldn't be my man because I wear it so often. That if he made the decision to be with me, if he has an issue with it, then there's a way to go about it.
Do most people try to change something about the person that they're with?
I can't speak for most people, but not me, not in my appearance.
Well, I mean, that's your particular appearance. Do you ever have something with the guy you're dating because there's an old saying, men wish the woman that they met never changes, and a woman gets with a man to figure out what she's going to change about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So with that being said, usually in a situation and getting with a man, there's usually something, why you always got to watch ESPN all the goddamn time. Usually when you first came in, it was okay. You sat there and watched the game with him. But now you realize you watched the game, the after show, the pregame and everything. You'd be like, damn.
Right.
When you going to put it on something I like to watch? Why is it always got to be? So now you're trying to change him. He's thinking, damn, I wish you would have never changed. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to watch Friends.
So in that, as far as the way you dress, there's unwanted and unwarranted attention that can be drawn by the way you dress, right? And most women, without a conscious mind, flirt or give signals to men that we pick up on just like that. You come in, you dress a certain way, you with him, and we walk in, and we just may pop eyes just like that. And she smiles, kind of like, or any kind of way. I'm seeing that.
She gone.
Yeah, I'm seeing that as a 0.100. I mean, 0.1 chance.
Why did she say
it
that's
has to be
crazy,
a particular
though?
smile.
If she smile.
Yeah, if she smiles.
No.
She's gone.
She gone.
What that mean?
I mean, no.
It's just for one, it's a 50 cent line, but it's just a metaphor. Like if she smiled the right way, then I know she like it.
But if a woman
Okay,
frown,
she
y'all gonna be like
certain
she
way.
stuck up or
Yeah.
any
If she
no.
with her man and she smiled, then
Something.
you like,
Then
okay,
she
well,
want him.
But this
Not
is a
necessarily.
man's-
She might just
It's
like
a-
what she see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
She
it's
might not want me.
But see, you
don't know me.
Hearing it from the men, we see that at 0.1% chance as a chance. It's a legitimate
Just
chance.
like
You may
your platonic friends.
exactly.
Well, may I
If
answer?
you hit them up right now and be like, yo, like I'm trying to get it in, they gonna be like, are you sure? Are you drunk? Are you okay? They gonna be with it. They not gonna be like, nah, we're friends.
Yeah.
They
May
not
I
gonna do
answer?
that.
So my answer would be is everybody looks at things from their own perspective,
Correct.
right? So if you didn't know love languages, you take the love language test not for you to know your love language, but for you to tell your partner.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take it for you. Like if I'm interested in somebody, I'll ask them what their love language is because the way that I like love may not be the way they do. So I need to know that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that I'm friendly and I'm going to be smiling because I smile all the time. Somebody can look at me and do that. I smile all the time. So us as women, we do look at that as a change. So I don't think that you should date me because if we're going to have issues about that, we're going to argue.
No, but see, I think you're taking it the wrong way because it depends on the setting.
Well, I'm just
if you in a party setting,
Right.
we go smile. I may crack a joke. I don't know how I could crack a joke and whatever.
Right.
But if we walking down the hall and we going this way and he going this way, and the girl look at me and she smiled at me a certain type of way, and we know it's called what you say body language. I know what body language is. I know I hate to say it like this. If I take a girl out,
Mm-hmm.
I know if I could have sex with her on the first date.
Mm-hmm.
Body language.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing how the boundaries, everything. I'm paying attention to how she move, how she talk, the discussion she bring up, her rebuttal for some of the stuff I bring up. But I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't assume I can. I wait for the right signals to engage. I make sure I have clear consent to engage. But it's like I know based on the body language. We're not saying that, oh, you smile, you gotta like. It's just like if you see your girl laughing in a guy's face, maybe he told her a joke.
Yeah.
I get that, but we're not on the first date, I'm assuming. Right?
No,
Even if you're not.
Yeah, even if you're not. But
So that's what I'm saying. So
Okay.
on the first date, you can tell how your woman will be. So you make the choice to date that woman. Now, if y'all do come to a contingency where it's like, well, I don't feel like I'm flirting, and he says, well, you are flirting. Well, then at that point, you two may not be evenly yoked.
It may not be flirting. It may just be what we deem inappropriate because some stuff is not flirting.
But my point
it's just
is-
we know how men think. So to you, it's friendly. It's harmless.
Right, but my point is
the other
that
guy-
you choose your partner, right? That's my point. It doesn't matter. Both parties, if they don't think alike, then you need to reevaluate if you should be together.
But only time with testing that if those boundaries. Let's say, for instance, initially you wore a certain outfit that came 5 inches above the knee. And
Right.
I'm trying to be very specific. Okay,
Right.
I'm fine with that. Wish he was a little bit lower, but I can live with the 5
Not my
inches.
old lady.
Now you come with another situation, and now
Mhm.
you're 8 inches from the knee.
Got you.
I got a problem now. But initially, when we first talked to try to see if we were evenly yoked, it didn't appear. It did not present itself. Now it has, and now I'm bringing it to you.
So if she doesn't like that, then you have the choice to either try to work with it,
Yes.
or you have the choice to say, you know what?
But what,
It's not for me.
But
the
what do the
woman.
woman work with? At
But-
what point do she compromise and meet him some type of way?
So that's my choice. So if you're with me and you tell me that concern, and me as a woman, I care enough, because we got to talk about the taboo. She may not care about you like that.
Oh,
Then why-
absolutely.
Then,
Right.
why am I even? Why
Then
you wasting your
shouldn't.
time?
Don't
Free
waste your
meal.
time. And
She
No,
getting
I'm
the
saying
free
if
meal.
you don't
Free
care,
meal.
I'm saying if you don't care enough about the guy, then why waste his time?
we may have that revelation when you tell me your issue.
But why does an issue have to be a
It
revelation?
doesn't have to be. If you have the woman that.
See,
you
I'm gonna say
need.
when people talk about submission, I'm gonna tell you something. As a man, you should never have to ask no woman to be submissive. That shit is automatic. The way you move, the way you are, it ain't no discussion. It ain't control. It ain't slavery.
Right. Right.
It's power and submission.
Like
a lot of women
respect.
don't get it. Yeah, because it's respect. It's a lot of things you just. I try to keep things on a professional level because I want women to know, like, oh, he ain't just. I don't want people to be like, yeah, girl, I went on his podcast and he tried to fuck me and did this and that. Nah, he cool. He laid back. I want a certain type of reputation. Most people, I can't just put it on men or women. Like, people don't care about that.
You're right. You're right.
No shame, I guess.
Yeah, no
that-
shame. No, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I just think that it's definitely case by case,
Mhm.
but I can't protect you and me if you're not able to adhere to what I see as one is like I say, you may not see it as flirting, you may not see it as an
Mhm.
invitation, but if you come, you put a combination of the way you're dressing
Mhm.
with me in a co-ed social environment where people are known to kind of engage in trying to pick up somebody, you're standing right beside your man,
Mhm.
and okay, so it'll be like if I'm here, my girl is here, and he's over there, and I'm looking like this, and she's watching me, and she'll
Yeah. You can
now,
see it.
now we're in the club.
What you gonna
Drop
get?
her.
Half your ass is
Yeah.
out, and my nigga can't see you and me engaging. I'm thinking, yo, dog, won't be, bro.
She
I'm
may not
gonna
be
figure.
the one.
And now he may come over and do something that I see as disrespectful, and now I got to fight or have
You
a
don't have
confrontation.
to.
No, you don't have to. But if this guy is insisting,
And if it's liquor involved, that
Yeah.
just escalates the situation.
and now I don't know, but guess what? The threat could have been prevented to some degree if you would have just made it abundantly clear by ignoring him. Because I'm telling you, we look for the smallest inclination to give us if it's just 1% chance, this is what men are doing. Those are your chips?
Shit, I'm finna try that.
They all in. All you gave me was a smile in a certain environment. We pushing all our chips.
And the same security that women need in a relationship, I think a lot of women got to understand we need that security. We like mental security. We like to know, I don't like the girl that's go engage with a guy a certain way if she wouldn't in front of her man. Whether she talk to him, get his number, do whatever or not. Don't do, because if I did it in front of, I see it a lot because I done worked with a lot of women over the years, and I'm just like, bro, you married. Like, what the fuck you doing?
You know what?
If somebody walk in here, they go see you and him smiling, they go, and it was a thing.
Exactly.
And guess what? Guess what? They fucking divorced right now.
Though.
They divorced
We're
right
talking
now.
to secure, not insecure men. So I can't speak from I've talked to insecure men.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I can fully disclose, and Jamie, if you've done this too. Like, as a model, I do dress a little different, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when my man, if I'm in a relationship with somebody, that submission, like he said, it doesn't need to be said because he's pouring into me in a way that I want to be a good representation of him. Right? Because at the end of the day, I do believe in gender roles. Now, whoever out there, if you too independent, I am not the speaker for you. Okay?
Nobody is independent. I hate that word. Nobody independent. We all depend on somebody.
Exactly. And I love being a woman. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, the man that's with me has to know who I am. But I will be a good representation of him. I'm not going to go to his corporate party with all of my skin showing.
I understand.
I'm going to go in the correct way. If I'm around him and his homies, I'm not going to be smiling up in their face like I'm one of the homies. I'm going to be right there by my mans, and then I'm going to give him time to talk to his homie while I go and I do what I need to do because I have stuff to do. Is if I'm talking to an insecure man and I call him and I'm like, I'm at a photo shoot, it ran late, do you want to come? And he's like, nah, you with them dudes. Well, I want you to come because it's running late and I don't want to be with these dudes by myself. And you choose not to come and hold it against me, then I'm going to deem you as insecure and you cannot leave
But
me.
that could be an Uno reverse card at the end of the day. Nah, I got my own shit going. I'm going to just let her just run late. And I'm going to act like it's a problem so I ain't got to.
It could be, but flag on the play.
That's Uno reverse right there.
And
flag on the play.
I've been in situations where guys will talk me out of modeling because they make them insecure. But you knew I was modeling when we first started dating. Then when we in rooms like with other people, it's like I dress accordingly. But when I model, I'm a different person. Like, I'm about business.
Mm-hmm.
Not like I'm gonna respect you, but you need to come to an understanding. That's why going back to communication, you need this is what I do. Do you agree with that or not?
Yeah.
You don't? Okay, let me leave. You agree? Okay,
But in
well,
today's world, it's a difference, though. Like, y'all models, y'all don't have OnlyFans. So it's no guy, like, they may see some cheeks, some you might see on the beach or something like that. But they not seeing, like, what, like, a lot of women, they like, what you got against OnlyFans? But it's like, if the whole world could see it and have access to it, then what make it special for me to have?
I have something against OnlyFans.
Which
as
is?
a woman.
What?
I do. I told you, I'm not the speaker for you if you a certain type of woman. Because I got something against OnlyFans. I got it against OnlyFans if you got a man who you don't want to be your only fan. Like, honestly, like, if he's your only fan, then why do you still have that? Now, coming in,
Amen.
if I told him I have OnlyFans, I've told them some people got videos of me, so if I make it big enough, these videos might leak.
Yeah.
And you gonna have to be okay with that because I didn't talk to, I didn't make mistakes, I didn't let some people do things that they can't, and if I make it big enough, they gonna try to embarrass me for a ticket.
No, they can't embarrass you like that.
Well,
They gonna
I said
try.
they gonna try.
Bro, if
Yeah,
they
they'll try.
leak my Google Drive, I'm a legend.
But I need my mans to know that. You know what I'm saying? So
Full
when
disclosure.
it comes out, but I can tell you, babe, I'm not gonna do this no more because I got you. So I don't want to make you look bad. So if you can deal with this, then we can stop that. You know what I'm saying? Because OnlyFans is for everyone to see. Now, this is for the type of relationships I deal with. If you have an open communication and that man is okay with it and you're okay and you don't get insecure, because if he's okay with it, he's probably okay with doing certain things too. right?
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with that too,
Cooks.
because it goes 360. So if that's your relationship and you secure and you happy, be happy
Hey,
by
Rick.
all means.
He's trying to be quiet over there now. You the birthday boy. You got me fucked up. Just serve it up podcast. Hey, look. What if you was dating somebody and they was like, you know, I think I'm about to do OnlyFans. How would you feel?
It's over with.
The relationship over with right then?
Nah, yeah.
What if she say I'm just playing?
Still though.
You still?
Still, I'm in back of my
But what
head,
if she say I'm only doing it with feet though?
feet?
Yeah, she only showing her feet. Yeah, cause that's a
You
thing.
know, but niggas gonna be in your inbox and shit.
They do that anyway though.
Yeah, I know.
I have a
I don't
question.
check phones and nothing, bro.
You don't supposed
I
to.
don't check phones. My
Smart
mama
man.
always told me shit. You
Don't go looking for nothing you don't want to see.
You
I'm
gonna
raising, my
find
hand,
something.
I'm raising my hand like
You
I'm
don't have to
16.
raise it. It's okay. just yell a little louder.
Okay. I'm not against. I'm not judgmental, but if you in a secure relationship, why make a OnlyFans? Like I be thinking that's what single women do. You know, if you in a relationship and that's somebody you trying to build a foundation with, grow old with. I don't know. Everybody have their own journey, what they want to do. But why make a OnlyFans? Like why is that?
If you like inconspicuous, like me, I'm just like I say, I'm just a certain type of guy. Like I just ain't gonna even. We not even going on a date if I feel
They
like.
need some money, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
Some guys encourage. They're like,
They
go,
don't
ma-
need
go
that.
ahead
I'ma
and make
tell
that
you,
money.
that's
But I'm
another
like, but that's your
falsehood.
girl.
That's another
your-
falsehood about OnlyFans. They don't be popping like that.
I ain't never.
You want to know how I know if your OnlyFans popping?
How's that?
Because
If I could find it on Reddit for free.
Yeah.
If I can't find it
For
on
free.
Reddit for free,
What's Reddit?
Reddit
it's
I hear it a lot. I don't know.
it's like a website or a
Reddit
software,
is an affinity. It is where people go.
It's
with
like a Discord.
certain-
right? Like a Discord. Is that what you
No,
got?
because Reddit is more like a chat board. So it's like the old school days. You know how you had the message boards? They turned into Reddit. So you had the message board and people had certain interests. That's called an affinity. And like, say you're into cosplay and he's into podcasts and she's into cats with feet. You know, they
You
can
join the
find
communities,
Reddits.
yeah.
That's what message.
No,
boards
if y'all
are.
say because a lot of you girls be like, well, I'm making money, like. But if you local and you got OnlyFans, right? You ain't got that many followers, right? Only the local guys gonna want to see you. Once they see you and screenshot the shit, they don't need it no more. They not gonna pay whatever you want to pay per month. So a lot of girls gotta keep going with it because they were so confident that this my money. And a lot of girls do make money, but I know a lot of them that I see the numbers. It's not.
I mean, but what would be the difference if you were an actress and you have to make a love making scene?
You know
It's
that's
no different.
completely.
Yeah, you know what I mean, as far as the
only.
OnlyFans, I mean, it's kind of like
It depends on what kind of love making.
I'm
scene.
about to
a
say,
Tubi
yeah, like,
love,
it
a Tubi
depends,
love making
like-
scene, or like a power love making scene.
a power love making scene. You know what I mean?
And on
Yeah,
what
it-
level?
yeah, it
Because I'm not
depends.
about to do that just for
I don't care how much I get
anybody.
paid.
Yeah,
Like
Like-
Chloe Bailey, y'all seen that scene she did? I was like, man,
Mhm.
Chloe, like, oh my god.
but one, we don't know that movie magic. Two, again, that goes back to
No,
communication.
they be in a sock. It be like you can't, but still, like you can see, like
But communication wise, honestly, if we're at that point where I'm talking to you, I will deny stuff. Like I will, like just to keep my relationship happy.
yeah.
I will deny stuff. Like, but at the same time, that would be for somebody who would also compromise for
So what
me
you
too.
do? Nina, you gonna keep your guy with he on the short leash or whatever? How you be rocking? Like, would you consider yourself a submissive woman or
Oh, definitely.
word?
Right.
Word? My thing is, a lot of women these days, they don't talk to us like women. I don't like a girl to be like, "Bitch," and
Yeah.
this and that,
Bro.
and bro.
You want that 90s
And that's why-
Oh
relationship.
God, fam, and shut the fuck up. I hate that shit. You know what I hate most?
What's that?
Don't refer to me as a nigga or yo nigga. I'm a man. Refer to me as your man. I'm a man because I'm not gonna refer to you as my bitch
Oh God.
unless I'm doing a song, maybe. But that's art.
Unless there's
To y'all point, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
It's-
Unless we're role playing.
So
Back
what led you to like coming up with this? Because I know they say, why must we play these games? Like what? Tell me about that title.
Why must we play these dating games? I wrote that and completed that one in what 2016, 2015.
I thought it was
No.
2014.
That was 15. It was 15
15.
actually. And then I was married for 17 years, and I got recently divorced, and I got back in the dating world, and I realized there was a bunch of bullshit out there, man. Just like I was at a club one time, and
It's
this
disgusting. I'm gonna tell
yeah, I was
you.
disgusted, man. And I
Yeah.
was at the club one time, and this lady, me and her over looking around the way, we flirting and shit, we smiling and everything. So when I finally went over there and talked to her, she had this big ass ring, red, ring on her finger,
3-4 carat type shit.
type of shit, big. I was like, okay, got a man. Why you flirting with me all hard? And she was like, well, shit, he ain't here.
And she not. I tell you, bro.
He ain't
At
here.
the-
What you worried about?
At the bar, be the most unfaithful women, bro. Sitting at the bar,
Yeah,
they
Dang.
be the most unfaithful women. I'm telling you the truth.
yeah.
I'm telling you the truth. When I was just out here loose doing my thing, all these big $1 million houses, I'd be up in there being nervous, like, nigga, I'm not supposed to be in here.
Right, right.
But
They
there's
don't
men that
care.
enable that.
Well, I mean, see, but my thing was this.
They be aggressive.
My
They
thing,
do.
they'd be very aggressive. But my thing was that okay? Well, if that's the case, and you're giving me this amount of energy, why can't we just go smash? Let's just go have. You got a man. I
That's
ain't.
fair.
And so she was like, how you just gonna talk to me like that? And I'm like, so I gotta pretend to go through all these steps like I give a fuck about what's going on in your life while you have a husband that you're willing to cheat on by flirting with me, but I gotta go through this obstacle course before you give me the ass? Why must we play these dating games?
You know what's crazy? The value that people like. You said that you were married for 17 years,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And the value, what people value back in the day. You know how you was talking about like the tradition, like people don't leave their husband
Right.
and the independence and things. Like the value was different. What
Yes.
people were taught to value is different. Like even in these songs. And the crazy thing is, I thought the way that it's looking is older generations are yielding to the younger generation values. Like now they'll go out and they want to be their best selves, and now they're not even holding to the same values their parents taught them. They're so influenced. Is loneliness that much that bad where you're willing to sell your soul and be a different type of person just to be loved by somebody who might leave you in 3 months?
But that ain't love, though.
Exactly.
Love
But
can't be contained, measured, defined, whatever. Love is you know how you don't have to think, breathe.
Right.
That's what love is, bro. You don't have to think that. Like my daughter, it's nothing, man. I will hurt a motherfucker. Like that's unconditional type of love. When Jesus died, I don't know if y'all religious. I am. I pray to God every day. When Jesus died on the cross, that's love. That's unconditional love. Whether he was who they think or who they didn't think he was, he did that out of love. And I just think people try to, oh, you don't love me if this, or you don't love. One of my trick things when I used to like be doing my thing, I'd be like, I ask her like, how do you define love, just to see, or what makes you love me?
Mhm.
And it'll be attributes. The right answers when somebody asks you like, why you love me, they supposed to say because you are you. The good, the bad, what I see your potential and the work you putting in. It shouldn't be, oh, because you're nice or because you're a gentleman or because you are a provider or you this or that. That ain't no reason to love nobody. It's a nigga on the street that'll pay your bill if you just show him something. So it's no significance in money. I like a lot of women, I tell them don't equate the money to nothing. I have blown money on plenty of women that I don't give a fuck about. Because when you got it, it's nothing. Most of what we do as men is to impress women. We want these things so women can look at us and be like, he's stable, he on his shit. We don't do it so our friends would be like, yeah, my nigga, like, yeah, that's cool. Your homeboys acknowledge you, but that ain't what we do it for. Because we don't lay with them at night. We don't hug them like that in that way. So it's just like the word love is just loosely used and it's misused. I think it's one of the most misused words ever. What you think love is? I ain't gonna ask you that. Have you ever been in love?
No,
You never been in love?
never.
And what makes you think that you never been in love? Or why you think that?
Because I never felt like I was willing to, sacrifice or do anything. Go all the way out for somebody.
that's
Okay.
fair.
Okay. But that's smart too at the same time. If it don't feel right a lot of times it's not right.
If you're willing to risk it all for somebody, you definitely. I never felt like
I done risked it all.
And
Like,
don't let that other person make you feel bad because you're not in love with them. They're going to tell you everything. They're going to be like, you this, you that, you this mean person, you heartless, you this, that, but still walk away. Still walk away. Don't lead them on. Like, take that hurt and just walk away.
it hurt my feelings. Don't leave me, y'all.
You
That's
ain't got
why I used
nothing to
say,
prove.
don't give me no glimmer of hope. Just let me just be like, nah, nigga, I don't like you.
If you ain't never been in love, don't fall in love just to fall in love.
You know what I think is more powerful than love, and you in the context of a long-term relationship and stability with that individual of making it year 3, 5,
Fear?
10,
Is it fear?
like. And let me tell you what I mean by that.
Like,
If you genuinely like somebody and you genuinely get along with that person and you genuinely like their company, you're gonna find yourself around them. You'll find yourself enjoying their company. There's people who made crass decisions to get married off of the feelings that they felt with somebody during the honeymoon phase. If you ever done some stupid shit like that, you need to slap the shit out of yourself, because a honeymoon phase is all about bliss. It's all about no adversity. It's all about a good time
because
because you're brand new.
we disregard the flags. We just be like,
Yeah, because
we
you're
make an
blinded.
excuse in our head. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
but you're
whatever.
blinded by all of the euphoria that you're feeling with some new toy that you got, right? But then everything settles, and now you're with this particular individual, and if you don't genuinely like them, you're going to find yourself miserable. The crocodile hunter and his wife both shared a passion. They both jumped on crocs.
Yeah. I
You
bet
understand what I'm
don't-
saying?
I bet you she don't do that shit no more.
She'll do it no more. But you know what I'm saying?
Fuck that.
If you have a genuine like, you genuinely like that person's personality, you genuinely like them. There's so many people who have love for somebody and they're stuck with him. They're not in love. They're not infatuated. They really can't stand you. Get on my last motherfucking nerves.
But you think that's a problem too? You think in
Not
today's
that
world,
honeymoon phase hard.
people don't know how to separate or create a healthy type of separation.
I believe it all depends on what was the leading cause of the decision to separate. If he cheated on you or this person.
Not only
asking.
I'm just saying, like, as far as I think, like, because we talking about the honeymoon phase, you could get like head over here as you be in it, man. You can get to the point you tell your one cousin, you tell everything, nah, she different. You know what I mean?
right. And she really just the same.
And,
But yeah.
and that's the thing. I think people like try to like a lot of women think I'm weird or I'm crazy because I don't tell them what they want to hear. Like, it's not my thing. I didn't come on this day to be like, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that. Oh, I agree with this. Oh yeah, I agree. No, I don't. No, that's not how I look at it.
Right.
And it's unorthodox. So it's like even me being a rapper, it's like, oh, you a rapper? I know you got hoes. No, I had hoes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I had them.
No, we
I'm
go
over
through that
that.
too.
You know what I'm
saying?
We grow up. Like, models grow up. Like, we grow up, and yeah, we had a roster. That don't mean that we was dealing with them all.
Oh Lord,
Yeah.
man! For the record, I don't think no girl should go through a whole phase. That's my opinion.
But
I
you
think
why
it's-
you say that?
But a
no,
man
I've
can.
been through. Hold on.
I never
man
said
can.
they can't. I don't think they should either. I'm gonna tell you, I got a daughter. I cannot tell my daughter to preserve yourself and be selective if I'm not practicing the same thing. So I practice what I preach. Now, when I was younger, that's okay. I'm not gonna say young and dumb because I hate that excuse. I knew what I was doing. I was just young, but I don't think a whole phase is healthy because I think we should all value our body. I don't want to just give myself to anybody because that girl can always say, "Oh, girl, I remember how it dictates." I don't want
Who
nobody.
says we don't value though?
I don't want 24 women to be able to tell my wife, like, yo, I know how it dictates.
But who said we knew value though? That's the
What?
communication. Sometimes you grow because if nobody taught you that, because babies are raising babies, or maybe you were sheltered, because I see a lot of sheltered kids going crazy.
Go to
They're
therapy.
learning, but no, if there's nobody to tell you, again, we're talking in a room full of sensible people. A lot of people don't have sensible people around them.
But they need to get the fuck out the phone.
But how do
Don't
they
share
know
memes. Like I tell a lot of girls, you want to know why dudes want to fuck you? Because when they look at your page, it's nothing speaking to how you actually think.
But
Like-
they don't
like if
know
they go
that.
to
They have
Jamie
be
Page-
taught that.
Now,
Right.
if they go to Jamie Page, they go see clips of the podcast where she's giving her personality, saying what she think about stuff, saying about her standard, her moral, her experiences.
Right.
Most women don't have that. You just see she look nice, ass. She look nice, ass. What are you thinking? If you only present something a certain way, then most men who want to be interested in you, they only get like you. What am I supposed to like other than what you look? Because all I've seen is what you look like.
So, Foster,
Ass.
those wouldn't be women that you would date because some women do have to. I mentor people, right? So I can't judge them for that because I'm the first person to tell them that at the age of 29, that the way that you've been going about it has been all wrong. And that's why you always crying. And that's why you're always picking the wrong dudes and stuff like that. Look how I take models who've been in music videos, who's trying to get to like certain areas like rappers, commercial business people who present themselves in a way that's not commercial. And I'm the first person to tell. One of my clients is 44 years old, and I'm the first person to go on their page and say, don't do this. And if you click on all their friends at 44 years old, all their friends do the same thing they do.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I can't be in a judgmental place. And maybe because I'm doing branding, but I can't be in a judgmental place to say this woman, but I can say men are not going to date you if you do this.
What
and
you think,
I can
Rita?
tell them.
What you think?
Bro, I feel way better right now, bro. You just don't even know.
Well, you must have threw up.
Birthday
Hell yeah,
boy.
I had to go get that
Hey,
In the
first
middle of the
out.
cast.
And podcast, I'm in the bathroom like, oh shit, I had to get this out. Though I was telling my sister the whole time, like, man, bathroom, gotta get this out.
Yeah, yeah.
Feel
Glad you feel
now,
better,
though.
man.
Yeah.
He was looking at him like,
Welcome back to life.
damn.
For real.
So you was talking about your book because I think a lot of the stuff we talking about is kind of tying into like what was the title of the book? I'm sorry.
Slut Women stands for Society's Labels Unfairly Targeting Women and talks about the double standards of men
So what
being
you
able
think
to
is
do
the
what they
main-
want to do and women being judged and
Okay.
labeled bitches and hoes
Yeah.
for everything that
See?
they
What
do.
his book was called?
Huh?
What his book was
The-
called?
the-
Mine was why must we play these dating games?
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, shit.
So
It
mine
makes
is
like
about
It's like the Conjuring
women
series.
dating and how women are looked at and how we have to present ourselves. We're always going to be labeled, even in a business situation. If I'm too harsh as a businesswoman, then
You a
she a
bitch.
bitch.
Yeah.
No matter what I do as
Nicki
a woman, I'm
Minaj
going to be
made
judged.
that argument. She say when Lil Wayne or Drake tell y'all to do some shit and they want it done right now, motherfucker, they bosses. When I say it, I'm a bitch. So I get that.
Yeah, so
get
that's
that.
really what I'm talking about. My experiences in dating. I also, had a 20-year marriage and, getting back into the dating game and trying to navigate that and having, you say women shouldn't have a whole phase, but
I say I don't think they should.
Well, go ahead.
I can't tell nobody what to do.
Right.
Okay.
I've told a lot of women don't do this, just go turn out like this in the experience. And you gotta think, I'm only 32, but I'm coming from a person. My dad had got murdered when I was 5. I done seen a lot of shit. I grew up around mostly women. I don't have too many friends that hadn't been sexually assaulted. A lot of them by their relatives and things like that.
Right, it happens to a lot.
So I understand like the plight. So what I'm trying to say is the value in oneself. I don't think you should have a whole phase. Now, if you feel like that's healthy for you to do
some
that,
people like sex. Some people want
I
to
like
explore.
sex. I like sex, but get the roles since they say it's so good.
Who made that decision to have a whole phase though? Because did she make that decision to have a whole phase?
No, it's just what they just recently started calling it within like the last 10 years.
I mean,
But if
But
you're
I'm saying, who
dating, if
made
you're
the
dating
decision?
any man, any woman dating men, you're gonna date different men. You're gonna have different experiences.
But the proof is in the pudding. If you gotta keep dating different men and you doing the same thing, why keep doing the same thing?
Insane.
I
Not
got a
every-
date to find the man that I want to
But
be.
you don't
Because
have to have
nobody's
sex with
mentoring
them. Just
you.
like a woman can withhold sex from me while I'm getting to know her, you would withhold sex from that gentleman
I'm
until
gonna be honest.
until he is proven.
I'm gonna be honest.
But I get that
got
tingle.
to know what equipment you have and what you're working with.
Come on.
Compatibility. Sex matters.
Hey, listen.
It
Yeah.
matters.
Hey, I ain't learned about the clit till I was like,
If it's
15,
too small
16.
and I'm
Yeah.
wasting my time, you
Yeah.
don't have enough equipment. You're not getting me there. You can't satisfy me. I'm
Listen.
wasting my time.
Listen, in my book, Why Must We Play These Dating Games? I asked this question. I had a 38-question survey. So I asked this question. If a man you recently met had nice looks, wonderful personality, and was financially secured, but he was a 4-inch 1-minute man, could he be a candidate for your future boyfriend or husband? 9.5 out of 10 women said, oh, hell no. The 0.5 said, well, sex isn't everything, and you can have a little love.
They front
That's a lie.
themselves. They
So
front
That's a
themselves.
lie.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
for
it's
her, for that
Those be the same ones with
0.5, I had to
toys.
ask another question on my 38 question survey, and I asked her this: how many dates or whatever does you normally take for you to give it up or have sex with a guy from the first time you met him to the first time?
Vibes. I go off of vibes. If it's
Yeah,
vibes,
so-
that's what they say. It's
Right.
vibes.
But the average answer was a month for women, and it was about a week and a half for guys. Now
Is
you can
that
see
true?
that big.
Is
You
that
can see
true,
that
Jay?
big contract. Yeah.
Going out.
So,
Yeah.
but I put this condition into the equation. I said
Not for
the
me.
guy is you find him very attractive.
I went
That shit
longer.
dropped from a month to about a week.
Yeah.
If she
he
found
fine, he
him,
can get it.
because there's 3 levels of attraction women have for men. It's, damn, he fine, girl, he can get it. Then it's, oh, he's nice looking, meaning he look better on certain days than other days, and he, and then he ain't ugly. So y'all got 3 levels. The nigga, he ain't ugly. He can wait 90 days to another 6 months. Y'all ain't dying to get your panties off of him. The nigga that's nice looking, catch you with the right drink and the right vibe, and he looking good and smelling good, he may get the pussy that night.
But I know some ugly ass niggas with a mouthpiece that go make you give it up in the first hour.
I mean, I feel you. I'm talking about it.
And I'd be like, what you gave her for real? For real, what you gave her?
I'm on that. I got the 3 levels. You make them wait all the time.
No, don't lie.
About how long?
We don't lie on this podcast.
I can wait.
You make
So,
them
You
wait.
make
How
them wait?
long?
Okay.
90
So you ain't have
days?
not one night stand.
You make them wait.
She
Kiki?
definitely
Not a one night stand.
I ain't
Let's
gonna say definitely.
first
Not one
date
night stand,
experience.
yeah.
First date, second date. He's fine. He's vibing. He's making you
Yeah,
laugh.
yeah, yeah.
You're a little horny. It's after your cycle, and you can really,
Because
all that kind of
right.
shit.
as a man,
How you know the
I didn't.
cycle?
I made him wait.
How you know
I'm-
that? That's 17 years of marriage
I'm-
right there.
Because as a man, I don't know. This
that cycle, y'all be
this
like-
is what get me. I don't know if I'm just that nigga or you do this a lot.
Kiki.
So I don't know if you having sex with me because I'm special to you or I stood out in some type of way on the first night.
Kiki,
or
you make
this
them
just
wait.
What you do?
You make them wait. Your name Kiki, right?
Nene.
Nene.
Oh Lord, you
Nene.
Do you love me? Okay. So,
Honestly, I think like you know what you're gonna do with a person before it even happens. So
Bingo.
me
Bingo.
personally, when I walk into a situation, I'm gonna know if I'm gonna fuck you that day or not. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
hold
It's
it.
no
I ain't
secret.
gonna do nothing.
church.
So
There's no
yeah,
secret.
straight up.
Sometimes
What
like
you
the
said in
vibes they
your
give
book, you
off,
make
I'm
'em
like, yeah, I do make them wait. I'm just like, you're not for me. Like I'm
See the
looking for
thing,
something.
I
you're
tell
looking
dudes,
for
don't
something
bring
short-term.
up sex. I tell them don't mention sex, don't say sex. When she bring it up, curve her.
I can say
Make her wait. I'll be wanting to
that
be over there
if
shaking.
you
'cause they
bring
want me
it
to touch
up
their
and you're
leg.
too aggressive, I don't care how attractive you are or how much money. Like, honestly, I'm a woman who can get that anywhere. Now, not every woman can say that, and some women can say it more than I can.
No, in Texas,
but,
that's a thing.
Like,
They don't care about the money down here.
exactly.
Yeah,
I can get anything anywhere, but if you can't respect me enough to like not put your hands on me, and I went through this. I just went through this. Like, I have to drop him. I have to have because I'm above my 30s now. I won't say too much, but I have to have that conversation with him,
It
letting
look
him
good.
know he too aggressive. I told you I didn't want to have sex. I'm not putting myself in situations. I'm not doing the chill sessions and stuff like that. We out, and you still can't figure out a way to not, you still trying
Blow
to get
it.
me in the car, still trying to do this, and you're able to repeat back to me what I said as a mature. I understand you don't want to do this. I understand, but your hands are still trying to take you, still trying to do all of this. Then at that point, you have to wait because you're not respecting me. It doesn't matter what my body says. Stimulation is primitive.
Right.
I'm going to get wet because I'm that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
at the end of the day, I'm saying no for a reason. Respect
yeah.
me.
But that goes back to what she's saying, and which I put into the book. A woman knows within the first 5 seconds if she can see herself having sex with you. Doesn't mean
that's
that
the
she's
first-
going to.
That's the first thing we see.
Yeah, but a woman can determine based off of if you are 5 seconds of looking, if you are attractive enough to have sex with. Doesn't mean you're going to get it. It just, I know that you can look at, let's say Morris Chestnut, I'm just throwing names out,
Right.
within 5 seconds to know that he can get the ass before Flavor Flav.
That's correct.
It's not a
thing,
science.
though.
But
It's not-
Morris
it's not a
Chestnut-
science.
Chestnut-
But Morris
Right,
Chestnut
right.
can mess that up easy too,
absolutely.
though. Once he comes on a, like what he said, if you coming on a sexual basis, I feel objectified. Now I gotta, because I don't see you long term, and I don't see you seeing me as long term.
Absolutely.
So if I value myself enough, I'm gonna tell you, hold on, slow down, because I didn't used to always be like this. I used to lean into it just to see what they was talking about, and sometimes I laid with a lot of people who I didn't even want to lay with and didn't know how to get out that situation. Talk about hoe phase. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's because I wasn't taught. I had to learn while I was being laid down. I had to fight some dudes while I was being laid down, and that's how I learned, because I was born sheltered. My mama, she didn't tell me this. She just told me not to do it. So I didn't know what to do when I was in the situations.
Right.
So if that man don't value me now that I'm older, if he even comes like that, stop, because I have health conditions too.
Right.
So it don't matter even if I get wet. That might not be the time. I might be in pain at that time. And you're contributing to that pain.
Right.
It doesn't matter how wet I am, it still hurts. And I'm asking you, I don't know you well enough to tell you my medical condition, but I'm asking you to respect me. And if you can't respect me, then we need to wait. I don't care how much money you got.
If he don't respect you, you just need to like counsel
And
that
then
nigga.
it's like,
straight
I
up.
think you go through this too. Like even as a model, people think like, oh, but I got this car, but I don't care what you have. I care about how you
your
treat
character.
me.
Yeah.
Your character. Like
Yeah.
I'm looking for something long term. I don't care about this short term. Like somebody to go party with all this. Yeah, I don't care. I am lacking. Like I'm in my I'm not gonna say my age, early 20s. There's things I'm working on. There's things that I need help in. Help me in those areas. Help me grow. Become the better woman I need to be.
But they gotta
I don't care
actually
about the
pay
short term
attention
stuff.
to the stuff other than sex to be able to help you with that. If somebody's goal is just to have sex with you, then they don't even care. You just
I just kick them to the curb.
like when I was young, I used to be a dick. Like when a girl want to sit on the phone and talk all the time, I literally would do this. Oh yeah, word. Damn, that's fucked up. Like I would do that, but I'm saying I was a kid though. Like you know what I mean? That's what I did. So like, what's another like double standard like you spoke about in your book that you think is unfair? Because we want to show the sluts love.
I think one thing
Say it like that.
the point of the book was so
her
that women
acronym,
would
not actual sluts.
that
Her
women
acronym.
would not be labeled. That's the hope. That's what we wish. But one thing that I saw a lot of guys get upset about that I wrote about in my book is if he buys her a drink in the club, he is so upset that he bought me a drink and I'm not interested in him. I'm wrong for taking the drink from him if I'm not interested in dating him.
That's wrong.
It
Yeah, I
just
don't agree with
caused
that shit.
dudes to go crazy.
And
But you're
about
offering
drinks,
to
yeah.
buy drinks.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I don't even
Right.
drink.
I'll give you my number.
I don't go to the club or the bar to find women to have sex. So if I'm getting you a drink, I'm just being nice, man. Because if I'm with think about it, I'm from Mississippi, so I don't have my boys with me. Like if he was there, him like, yeah, bro, I got the drinks, whatever. She done here, she connected. It's okay, you got the drinks. But if I'm just want to do something nice, I'm just doing something nice. I think it's wrong for men to do stuff and have expectations, unless it was just like you're doing this for me to do this.
Would you consider the equivalent being a man that tells a woman anything just to smash her, even though he's not interested in her?
I would say that's
from a
not.
man I'm not
That's not.
interested in. You
But
smashing a girl
that's
you
not
really
a
don't
man.
want a relationship
That's
with.
not a man. That's
Is it the same thing? Though?
No, that's a boy.
But
That's
is
what I
it
was just
the
about to
So
say.
I don't.
But is
No,
it
that's
the
what I'm
same
saying.
thing?
The action. It's
is
wrong
it
for
the
me to
same
take a
thing?
drink from a guy that I'm not interested in, but you got guys who tell a woman anything he's not interested. You on the phone listening to her, putting it down, playing your game. You're really not interested in her, but you want to smash.
No, it ain't that I ain't interested in her. It's like most of the shit that women would talk about, I didn't give a fuck about. I don't care that your friend and her friend did this and did that. I don't care. If we talking about us, I'll listen. You got my undivided attention. I don't care what such boyfriend did. And if you say, let me talk about my day at work, I'm all ears. I want to hear. I want to help release. I'm your escape if I'm with you. But I don't want to hear all that gossip ass shit. Like, I don't care about that.
To answer your question, which you made a great point. If you're giving me that bullshit and because there's a fine line between venting and
No,
dumping.
because if I pick up the phone and say, hey, I don't care. It's rude for me to tell you I don't care. And people get so offended. Like when people be at work and be like, hey, did you hear about this? No, and I don't give a fuck about it. They get offended because you don't want to gossip.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't want to listen. I'm putting the phone down.
I don't like no negative shit.
But
Negative?
Right.
Oh,
Negative.
okay. So which one is better, like lying to him or just we need?
No,
that question?
realness is better.
In her
No
question,
matter
But we
what's
just need
up.
to work on not being sensitive. Like, okay, at least he told the truth. Is that what she's saying?
Some girls do, and a lot of I think it's case by case.
but in
Yeah,
her question, I think it's no different. It's all misleading.
Yeah.
Okay, so if a guy, especially if you know a guy is feeling you, and you say, and he offers a drink, and you know what comes for that. He's gonna want to try to follow you around the club. He want to sit and talk. You know that shit's coming.
Right.
So what you're gonna do is say, if you take this drink and now you're gonna totally curve him, you possibly misled him after a certain series of flirting, back and forth, smiling, and conversation. Should have just said, no, I don't want the drink.
Yeah.
Same as if I meet you and you're into me and I give you all of the representative correct answers just to get into your pants, even though you may make me wait 90 days, I bounce after the 92nd day. There's no blueprint, to say a long-term relationship.
No, because back in the day when a woman would make me wait, it's easy to wait if I got 3 other women.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't
Waiting
mind
is
waiting
not going
on
without.
you. I like 90 days, cool, no piece of cake.
Yeah, waiting.
So we want honesty, but can we really handle honesty?
No,
That's what-
no, most people can't, and that's
That's what-
something
that's
I,
what I'm
as a
saying.
man, like I had to mature and understand. Like I don't like it, but it's what's necessary because I feel like I done wasted a lot of years, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of love on somebody selling me a dream or selling me hope. Like I met women like I thought we have a connection. I'd be like, yeah, I'm in Texas right now. I'm fucked up. I'm homeless. When I get on my feet, we gonna be together. Okay, yeah, cool. And then I get on my feet and it's like, I don't know about the city. This, that. So I understand. Like we get misled in them type of situations too.
Yeah, it's hard to get honesty, and I tell people in my second book, Dating Truths, that was called Dating Truth: Loss Prevention versus Damage Control. And the loss prevention is that men try not to get played. We got to mitigate our losses. We try to not buy drinks and that ain't going anywhere. We're trying not to go pay for movies and dinners.
But
that
I'm
ain't
a
going
man who
anywhere.
don't care. Like the money is nothing. If you are that person, so what? I bought you some drinks, man. Like it's okay.
I mean, but okay, so
Because I like to make a statement. Like if I see a girl at a job, right, and she cute, I'm gonna make small talk. Well, it was nice meeting you, such and such. Hopefully, I'll see you sometime soon. I know where you work. I'm gonna be there within a week or two, or whenever my normal schedule. I'm gonna get acquainted again. I say, hey, it's good to see you. How you been doing? How the family? Yada yada. Now the third time, be like, look, I know you at work. I don't mean to be rude or make you be unprofessional, but if you single or whatever, I'd like to maybe treat you to dinner, etc. type shit.
what did she say no? At that
If she
point?
say no, I respect it.
Do you continue to pour into her financially?
I don't. Well, see, at this point, I'm not pouring finance. But if it was a situation,
No,
if it's a situation where I'm never like, see, okay, I'm this type of person, right? If I was at home not doing a podcast, I'd have food, I'd have weed, I'd have this my drink.
right.
I do this regardless,
Understood.
whether the camera's on, whether it's a woman here or not.
Okay.
You being here doesn't make it. I'm not doing it for you. This is what I do,
Okay.
regardless. So a lot of women that I know, like they think, oh, this make you special. No. If you come to my crib and it's a night where we chilling or whatever, you go have good food.
Understood.
You're gonna be in a good setting. It's gonna be good music, good vibes, good feelings. I'm sharing this with you because I care. I'm not doing it for you.
Understood. But if she's at her house, we're definitely past I just met you, right? So my book speaks to the point of where I'm just introducing myself to you and we're kind of getting acquainted, right? So now a man on the loss prevention part of it, I don't know, you may have been out. I was telling about my second book called Dating Truths: Loss Prevention versus Damage Control. The loss prevention aspect of it is men try not to get played. And the damage control is women try not to be used. So that's why everything with women, y'all try to leverage and mitigate your vagina because that's your tool to have a guy. It's like the carrot over the head of a mule.
I tell my friends, never make your body the goal. Because when we reach our goal, then what is it to do? You done made this the focal point of everything. Now you can't get this is the bomb, this whatever. And then the guy who only want that, like, that's the only motivation you gave me.
I mean, but women do it all the time. That's why you make them wait. The 90-day rule. You got to take me out before you do this. They have everything that they're leveraging their vagina because they understand the guy's trying to get it.
I don't do that if I know that the guy wants it and he's worth it because I don't believe in making them wait. I do have first date experiences. And if the guy has shown me because we've texted, now We're not talking about younger years. So everybody who's in their younger years, trust me, I probably did what you did. But now that I have hindsight, we probably text or something, and
Right.
then I know at that point, depending on how you treat me that night, again, I'm gonna still see how you coming. Again, like it's why play these games? I am playing the game because now I know I like your mental. I like this. I'm probably coming. Now this is just me. This not everybody. But I probably come with enough money to pay for what I need to pay for, just in case I gotta get out of there.
Right.
So at that point, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm trying to see, oh, I feel your vibe. Okay, we can go. Now, I don't do that as often just because, of course, as we get older, I learned from laying down. So as we get older, I just value myself so much.
But by the time we lay down in using your term, you're still laying down with the representative. If most women, most people, even if you make them wait a month, even if you make them
he's
wait
showing
90
you
days,
what I want to show you.
You want to show you. So
And that's
you're-
what we got to learn as women.
But you're only.
That's why
But what
people
you're
just need to be real.
exactly. So you're making a decision to lay down with a person still off of a vibe, chemistry. How you feel.
Things in
around
common is the worst.
Right.
Exactly.
So us
Oh, we
women
both like
are
anime. We're
emotional
perfect.
more than
You know what I'm
logical.
saying?
As much as a woman tries to be logical, that's what the other half is for, right? So we are more emotional. So just to go back to your statement about the hoe phase, how do we know that we're going to go through that hoe phase? Because we are falling for not everybody.
I was talking about the women who proclaim the whole phase.
Mhm.
You don't, if you just going through life, we
And
just
dating.
living. We
We
just
just
living.
living.
Right.
But when you proclaiming it like, oh, this about to be my whole phase, it's like, I wouldn't have said that publicly.
No,
and that's the thing.
that's fair.
And see,
Okay,
I'm an
that's
out of
fair.
sight, out of mind person. Like when I'm with a girl, to me, I'm the only person she ever had sex with, ever, even though I just met her.
Mm-hmm.
So you keep that stability in my head. So I'm going to ask, because we ain't got too much time. I want to start real. Does body count matter? Because it was lit up on the internet early this morning. I was like, I'm going to have to ask it on the pod. I try to refrain from this shit. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. We're not going to get mad at people's opinions.
Facts. Does body count matter?
Coming from Natchez, Mississippi, though. Because we got to speak to our own perspective.
All right, we talking about Natchez, then hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it do,
That
right?
shit, everybody know everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
fucking everybody.
Every time you go out, it's six
You-
niggas. That,
Yeah, you go to the club with your girl. Yeah, you probably see about 3-4 niggas that she done dealt with.
Oh, wow.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
in Texas, like,
Yeah, it's
Anything
migrants and all that. So, do you think body count matter?
no.
No. Honestly, because I don't be caring about what somebody did.
Yeah.
I swear I don't.
Do you think
I won't even ask.
Do
I
your
wanna
own
know,
body
though.
count matter to you?
Yeah, personally to me, but like
Okay.
I'm not judging nobody. I'm not looking at what you did before.
No, I
Thinking
don't judge
about now.
nobody. We all got our. We can
Basically,
take our
but if
path.
you excuse my language, you a freak ass bitch or some shit like that, then if I met a bitch in the club shaking her ass or on some shit, I like she said, I can't get mad if I cuff and still doing that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why when you want to look for a relationship
Yeah.
or sit down at home, woman just
I
go to the
think-
library or some shit.
I think body counts matters to who it matters to.
Exactly.
I know some dudes that don't care. Me, I'm that person. I don't even want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me neither.
Don't let me know shit. Unless it's a situation where somebody looking at me crazy, I'm like, why is this nigga looking at me crazy?
Or don't bring that nigga around.
Yeah, yeah. Something like that. But I feel like to me, like I say, it all go back to how you value yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And me, when I was young, I did a lot of stuff I'm not proud of. I done slept with people's wives and cousins and I done did it. Like I done did it all literally, but I was young and learning type shit. But in today, I try to refrain from that.
Mm.
So
Body
do you,
count sounding high, though.
who
I
mine?
want you to know that.
Oh, mine is high. I ain't fronting. I ain't fronting. Like when I was in college, I tried to make a list with me and my friends. It's childish, I know.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Nada. We was making
Just collect.
we was making the list or whatever. I was like, God damn. No, so it's high. And that's when I was in I had just got to Hattiesburg. I lived in Hattiesburg, then lived here. So Natchez, Hattiesburg here, experiences. I definitely got a high body count. But what I will say is I was selective in maybe 70% of that. It wasn't just like
That's fair.
just cause, or you know what I
It
mean?
was available, right?
Yeah. It was like, oh, she this type of person. She carry herself this way. So but I always been a hopeless romantic too. I always was looking for love, the type of love that I never experienced at the same time. So like even like when you speak about the double standards and stuff, when you say women if I say like I don't prefer dark women, which is a lie. I love dark women, but if I say that it's the end of the world, I hate black women. You hate your own race. But I've heard women their whole life say, I don't like light-skinned niggas. Y'all yelling niggas be like this. Y'all do this, y'all do that. I've been disregarded just for being a light-skinned black man. So it's like, I know what y'all saying. So,
Right.
But to draw it all in, to me, it matters if I know it. If I don't know, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't, it's nothing
I
for
won't
me
even
to care.
ask.
Yeah, I ain't about to
I ain't
ask.
even finna ask.
Yeah.
Does it matter to you?
It doesn't. I mean, but like you said, certain things are better kept unknown because it can affect me. It may not matter to where I'm going to leave you, but it could affect me. Now, I did ask that question in my book. I asked men, how many, by a woman who's never been married and she's 30 years old, and how many men would be too many men in your estimation? You know what the average answer was that men gave? 10.
I already know.
Now,
More than 10 niggas,
Yeah.
man, that shit just.
but hold on. The average, the average age women and men use their virginity is 16.7.
I lost my shit at like 14.
Yeah, 16.
That's what I was going to say. So, yeah, you got to
So
take them years
if you
off.
go 16 and she did one nigga a year, by the time she 30, what number is that?
Let's see if you double
Like
standard.
14 or something,
Hey,
13,
if you
14.
double
That's just
standard,
regular
that shit-
living.
That's just regular living.
Y'all got to be realistic.
Y'all gotta be real. We gotta be realistic.
But my thing is, okay, it's a year, right? And a girl that got 24 bodies in a year. That's 2 men a month. How do you feel about yourself? Do you giving yourself on average 2 men a month?
See, men, we have the problem with y'all's vagina. We can't handle your sexuality.
But you can fuck how many hoes you want to fuck.
See, we can't handle. Yeah, we
That's
can't handle.
it.
But
We
you-
can't handle
yeah.
you. We believe,
Equal ain't identical. This
Shit,
a thing.
why do I have to be
Because
low value of myself
No,
if I'm just dating and I'm meeting different guys?
Men just have
I'm
to
not
stop
saying it's
being
fair,
hypocrite.
but I'm gonna tell you why it's different for
Right.
women, right? I mean, for men, it's not different in meaning that it's right. So don't take it like that. If I smash somebody else, she's submitting to me. I got her bent though. If you go and smash whoever, that man had you bent and turned all kind of ways. We do the fucking. We put it in. We are turn your ass up, do this, flip this way, do that, ride shit, do that. We making you submit in that situation. So as a man, I don't want to think about my woman submitting to another man in that way.
and you're
Period.
right. We have every right to feel that way. But to her and every woman in here, her vagina is what she was born with. She doesn't. We don't. I had this one guy tell me, "Well, it's different when a woman has sex with a man because you got to let her into your. You got to let him into
That's
your
all in
body."
y'all
And
head.
and she's like, "Nigga,
When have you went to the doctor because your pH was off?
never."
Okay.
It ain't
I rest my case. I rest my case.
I get what you're saying,
Exactly.
but we have that problem because for her, it's what she's always had with her. She doesn't value you with this magical chariot comes out of the sky.
let's-
and
just
you
sex.
have sex with a guy.
Okay,
Just
so
sex.
we got a little bit of time.
Okay, yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to get on a whole
Okay,
nother
my bad,
topic.
my bad.
So we talking about women. All right, let me ask you this. What is a woman?
What you mean?
What is a woman? Because when I have my opinions on
100%.
No, when I have my opinions on what a woman is, a woman tell me, look, if as a man, you don't have no rights. You don't know, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. You will never know from a woman's perspective. So if I just say, hey, man, I identify as a woman, all of a sudden I could go in y'all restrooms and get undressed. All of a sudden my opinion matter. I could speak for women. I could go play motherfucking football. And if it was a woman football league, which, you know what I'm saying, it's not. But I'm just saying,
Right.
I could go in the WNBA and be dunking on all of these women and doing this, which I really can't because I ain't tall. But I'm saying hypothetically. So it's like, why when the men who, we got mothers, we know what real women are, why we can't have an opinion and y'all let these motherfuckers just say, yo, I'm a woman all of a sudden.
Y'all want me to answer that? I don't know the answer
I'm
to
about
that.
I'm
to
just
say, you better.
because I don't hear enough women speaking up for women like, nah,
Okay.
y'all not women.
They're not women. They
Exactly.
cannot
That's all
have
I'm- they
babies. They
women?
cannot have
Who?
cycles.
Don't trannies.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Now they young women, right?
That's
Not
right.
So
I
what? So why
I'm with
women
the
never say
alphabet
nothing when they
community,
say as a
'cause we
woman
do.
this, as a woman
Because
that?
we do. Hold on.
I don't hear the
I'll
outrage.
turn up for you. Because we do. We do say something. Can't nobody tell me that I'm not woman enough. Can't nobody tell me what a woman is. Y'all are emulating women. And that's men too. Men who tell me it's not just trans, it's not just cross-dressers, it's not just men who tell me
But that's their
that
idea.
I'm not woman
That's
enough.
their idea of a woman.
Or tell me that I'm a certain type of woman because I've slept with 2 men a month. Or tell me what I need to be as a woman. I'm going to tell you, I'm the only woman in this conversation.
Yeah.
So don't tell me what a
But
woman
see, I'm not
is.
talking about from men. I'm saying like, okay, I had some friends at my house one time. We used to turn up, bro. This is my turn up days. And we used to just get lit. It used to be 2 females. It was the normal night. We having fun. We getting lit. We getting it in.
Right.
And I was like, and we was just talking about life. And I say, well, I think a woman hasn't truly reached womanhood until she's had a kid, accept the fact that she can't have a kid, accept the fact that she don't want a kid. Because a lot of people base that on like, oh, you're supposed to be here to reproduce whatever. But a real woman that know they self know like, when I get to this point, it was just my opinion. Not saying I'm right, I'm wrong.
Mhm.
Those motherfuckers was mad at me for weeks
You know why?
over my opinion.
You know
But
why?
then I seen one of them repost a tranny saying that they a woman, and I'm like, so as a man that love women, got a daughter, got a mama, got a grandmama that I love, I can't have an opinion, but I could put on a dress and say I got an opinion, and nobody cares.
You can have an opinion. You can't talk to me like your opinion is right. Because if you
I'm
have
definitely
an
gonna talk like my
opinion,
opinion.
exactly, and that's why they were mad at you. Because if you tell me any of those statements, I can say I don't have kids. I have not accepted that I'm not gonna have kids, and whatever that third statement is, I haven't done
So
that
what's
either.
the difference when a woman say, "Oh, you ain't a man, you a little boy"? You
It's
this and
no
that?
difference,
All
but
right,
we're
that's all-
just talking
double
about
standards,
the way.
right? That's
It's
what
not.
we're talking about, double
It's not a
standards.
double
That's
standard.
not the
If I
way
say
it
there's
is,
no difference, there's not a double standard. My answer was is no difference. What you
Oh, no, it ain't-
address
it ain't no
is the opinion of the man towards the woman. If you want to address the opinion of the woman towards the man, it's no different. It works both ways. But I know that I'm not going to tell the statement that you just made, those 3 statements. I don't agree with any of them, but I'm 100% woman. But you told me your opinion, like your opinion is what's real.
No,
But
no,
I
no,
can
that's
tell
my
you-
opinion. Opinions are not
But you
necessary
told
acts.
me.
No,
in
I
the
said it with
context-
passion because that's what I believe.
So that's
Doesn't
why
mean
the
I'm
women
right.
were mad because we're emotional and the way that
But
we
when
received
do you see
it.
what you just said? The last I'll be on people's stream on YouTube. A motherfucker told me because I said women are more emotional. They got offended, and a woman just said y'all more emotional.
That's fine, but
It's
I stand on my
y'all can't be
10 toes
mad about
down.
every goddamn thing.
Not every woman stands
Just like
on
every
hers
woman with a
10
weight
toes
problem
down.
don't have every woman with a weight problem don't have a hypothyroid problem.
Absolutely.
Every man who can't be good in a relationship don't mean that he got mother issues. Every woman that ain't good don't mean she got daddy issues type
Word.
shit.
So if you don't
We-
want to go to war, know your audience.
It's no war. I don't want to fight
But
with black women. I
but
want to
they
love
were
them.
in war. They were at war.
No,
so
but I'm
if you
saying
know your
that's the-
audience and how
that's
to
the
deliver
problem I
it
was
to
talking
them.
about.
And
like-
that's the reason, like, back to what we were talking about, people force their experience. Whatever you experience, we, like, throw it on to other people.
Project
And
it,
then we
yeah.
act like everybody functions that way. No. Go out, meet other people, introduce, like,
It's just
It's
your
just-
experience.
and communication and experience. That's all I
I
want to
just try
say.
to be selective.
Yeah, but if
Just
you don't
saying.
know your audience,
Yeah,
then
it-
you
it-
got to know that you're going to get whiplash.
certain
Or if
reaction.
you know your audience
Backlash.
and they're going to do that, then you as a person who know that you're going to keep it real all the time, you have to understand that people not going to like that, right? So if you're going to tell a woman these 3 factors are to me what turns a woman into womanhood, and you're talking
In
to
my
a pa-
opinion,
in
though.
your opinion, but
Yeah.
the way that you're saying it, they're receiving it because communication is about the receiver, not the intent.
So you saying if he doesn't say it in a matter of fact way, that you wouldn't take it as though he's trying to say
If
it.
he
They
doesn't
would,
say
they
it in a
would,
way
they
that
would.
I receive it, and
That
that's
was- that
to
was
every
very
different
strategic.
person. If he doesn't say it to a way that
was
Nene
money, would've
receives
made
it,
He may get
if
some
he doesn't
backlash.
say- may I have your name
Kamika.
one more
Kamika.
time? Miss Kamika, or if he doesn't say the way that Jamie receives it, or if he says it in a way that me and Nene receives it, but these two, he might get
Some
some out of
backlash.
them.
Yeah.
So it's not about what you're saying; it's about how it's taken by the receiver, and they're gonna be mad at you for weeks. So you might as well do that because you're the realest nigga in the room.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say how I feel, and it don't come from a place of when I say something to somebody, it's from a place of love. I never say nothing to spite people to be right. It's to help them but I'm not always right.
Right.
I'm not always right, but I don't like how people could say whatever, like, because I've had these discussions with women's online and stuff, like when we in chat rooms or streaming or whatever, and it just be like, because I was saying, well, a lot of these men, they grow up like this because it was strategically that the government took the father out the household.
Correct.
Made the mothers the leaders. The mothers feel like I don't need you. I could do this,
Welfare
whatever. In
in.
turn, those sensitive women, those women who grew up with their emotion, their projection that Jamie was talking about, that fall on your son. So now you got all these bitch ass niggas out here.
Bitch ass.
And they took it as like, they took it as like, oh, what you trying to say? We not good enough. We not good mothers. We just making an assessment. I hate that the world got black men and black women at war. I hate this shit. That's why Jamie, you done been here a few times. We never really talk about this shit because I never want people to feel the way.
Because
you might be
that's because of government and society, and then look what we do to each other. Oh, you got a relaxer or you have natural hair. Look, we still constantly dividing each other, and then you have black men passing down this chain, like, oh, well, I wasn't in my dad's life. My dad was in my life, so I'm not gonna be in his life.
Generational curse.
We doing it to each other, but the root of it, society and the government, and what we can do is come together and like fix that.
I agree. Yeah, but we don't have OGs. Think about it.
Oh, we don't.
Think about it.
Hating.
Look, to some of the youngsters, I'm an OG to them. Mm-hmm. So I try to lead by example. I tell them to do the right things. Our OGs never grew up. And it's some people my age that's supposed to be an OG, they never grew the fuck up.
To crash us out.
Yeah,
they going to crash us
They
out.
were telling us to do crimes that they was doing when it wasn't cameras everywhere on every phone, on every block and stuff like that. Or just think about it like this. People hate Donald Trump, but you don't hate the crack dealer from the neighborhood. We looked up to him.
I used to hate Donald Trump, but I don't hate him no more.
I don't either, because none of them are our friends.
None of them.
I don't trust nobody.
None of them.
I know people who had to do dirty shit to be class president. You think the fucking president ain't had to do no dirty shit?
And he was dirty when he came in.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, fuck it.
Everybody dirty. Nobody's
Know
innocent.
who they are before you date them.
No, none of us is innocent. I used to tell my baby mama, we might got our own points and stuff, but none of us innocent.
Right.
I wasn't perfect. I ain't do everything right. You ain't perfect. You ain't do everything right.
Right.
I know we gotta close up, man. I gotta have y'all back.
Cause that nigga ain't bring no chicken.
Man, I thank you for this podcast because, like you said, like there's things that we can't talk about, and this was a great group. Everybody was in a great group. I feel like we hit hot topics and really got down to it.
Yeah, and from a place of realness and vulnerability, because nobody's sitting here like I'm perfect. I got it figured out. Like I don't got everything.
I'm still learning and growing.
Right.
And when I come here, I'm learning a lot from y'all. Like there can be things I can disagree, but I can use it later on in life and pass it down to somebody
else.
else.
You might meet a sucker nigga that told you some of the shit I used to do.
Dang.
Yeah. Well, no, man, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come on, man. It was a great show. I saw your stuff online, man. That's why I reached out, man. I thought you was doing.
No, we'll have y'all definitely back on. I definitely want to have some more conversation. I like the real conversation. Like I don't mind the pop culture shit, but this one, like
this
I
was
think
dope.
This is the best one by far. So y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We definitely got more content. We about to go turn up the rest of the day. My boy birthday up in there.
What the fuck going on?
You feel better when you empty your stomach when you throw up.
I don't imagine you had no chicken, bro. I was this bitch like telling my sister.
I heard you saying I heard you having a side conversation. I let it go, but I just okay, it's not cool. But anyway, yeah, y'all be blessed though, man. We definitely go get it in, man. Spider, you can wrap it up and serve it up. We about to go get faded and have a great day. Y'all be easy. Hey, man.